Well, hello and welcome. Welcome to the internet and welcome to my channel. It's me, Odio, and I'm back today to do another review. It's going to be Marvel X-Men 97, Episode 8. Tolerance is extinction. It's going to be a good one. It's a two-parter. Let's get into it. Alright, well, we're back for episode 8 of X-Men 97. The season's been fantastic. I've loved all of it. I'm really happy this show is back. Feels just like I'm a kid again watching the shows every Saturday morning. Except it's on Wednesdays, you know. Not as fun as Saturday morning, but still a good day. Don't have to wait all week to get to it, you know what I mean? So here we go. Cable has come back to the future, basically, to stop the future. So he shot that grenade off last episode. We saw that he knows how to fight these cyborg sentinels that Bastion has created, or become, however you want to look at it. Trask was one, and he didn't even know. Cyclops feels bad that he had sent Nathan, his son, to a future where it was actually so bad that he came back to actually stop it. What a bad choice as a dad, but he didn't know, and he had to do it because there's no other way he was going to live at the time, right? And apparently he got separated from Bishop when they went through time, so he arrived alone. It's quite the story. So anyway, they're back at the base, and they're trying to figure out what they can do to stop these evil sentinels from from taking over. Beast is working on a way to identify where they are, how many they are, and things like that. Bastion says that basically the same virus that he was infected with in the future, Bastion uses that to infect all kinds of people and basically create a new species of like sentinel humans that are now going to replace mutants. They show you kind of a genetic chart of like Neanderthals and humans and then mutants and then sentinels going to come after that. They're going to be what's the next generation. And according to Cable, it is what actually happens. And they're like, oh no, of course Wolverine's just going to be the last one to survive another dystopia. And Cable's like, no, utopia. It's actually amazing. Everything is perfect. They make the mutants, basically be their slaves. So it's not perfect for them, but it is a utopia. They show you kind of some images of it and things, and they say that it's like an amazing world. The world that Charles Xavier wanted. The only problem is they're the backbone of it. So not a great future. So certainly not something that those mutants are going to want to have happen here. And also, it's clearly a bad enough future that Cable's willing to come back to try to stop it. And he watched his own mother, Madeline, die. He said so many times that he finally gave up. Like, what? Wow, okay. That's pretty rough. So he doesn't do that anymore. Cable's come back, though, because he's got a new lead on another facility that Bastion's got hidden. And he thinks that maybe they take this out, he can prevent that really bad future, so we'll see. And while that's going on, Jubilee and Sunspot are off at a hoity-toity party that his parents are having. It's not really their scene there at all, so they kind of decide to leave, but it's Sunspot and her kind of hanging out again and again. I like their relationship. They're becoming closer friends, and I think she and he are going to be a big part of the X-Men going forward. They're both really powerful, too. She brings up that she's one of the only ones that can't fly. It's really funny. She really wants to fly. They see that Xavier is ruling another planet on a TV show, so they know he's not dead and how everyone kind of thinks they tricked them, but I don't think that's how it went down. So hopefully he'll be back soon. And Storm, come on, Storm, where are you? Jean is also trying to reach Rogue. She's still unconscious from the last episode, so she's not up yet, but hopefully she'll be up soon because they need her back. So they all decide to go look for the new factory or facility or the Sentinel base, whatever it is at Bastion's new location that Cable's brought back with them. So the X-Men get in there into the jet and they head on out there. So as they take the Blackbird off, we cut away to Magneto. He's in a prison cell. He's got the collar on. He's got no powers. He's talking to Val. She says he hasn't spoken since they've taken him in, since Genosha. So I don't know what they're going to do with him, but hopefully he gets out. But you come back to the mutants going, and they go to Bastion's hometown. And they go in and meet his mom. She seems like a confused, nice old lady, lets them in. And Jean Grey is kind of touching everything in there, getting the memories of when he was a kid. He could always talk to robots. Turns out his dad, the janitor, was infected by some kind of technovirus from the future. So Bastion is actually descended of Nimrod and all of the other Sentinels combined. He has all their knowledge and memory, so he's going to be an insane threat. And he's trying to do an ethnic cleansing, basically destroying all the mutants and having only this new human Sentinel hybrid race be at the new top of the food chain. Then we actually get to see Bastion. He has a lot of allies, like Doctor Doom and a lot of other villains are like on his side, and they were wanting him to prove what he's going to do and things, so they send Val over there. And he actually shows what he's doing is really kind of scary. He's got these big green vats, and he like dumps humans in them, and then they come out of it, and they have all this weird sentinel stuff in their skin and whatever. And then he said they go home and don't even remember what happened. But then one day there may be a fight at a bar or somewhere else, and it's a mutant, and they'll just turn into a sentinel and like destroy them. Wow. And she's shocked. She's like, you're turning the citizens into weaponry without their knowledge? Like, it's a pretty insane plan. Realistically, not something you would think anyone would try to do, but here you go, right? Great. It's a great premise. So we don't really know how many people this has been done to or not. So back at the old base, Beast has got a little program going so he can identify how many there are and where they are and stuff like that. So when his program is done running, he's there with his date hanging out, and he's trying to figure it out, and he's like, oh my goodness, it seems to be a lot more than I thought. And then it starts showing all the little dots on the screen, and there are like thousands of them. And I guess somehow they knew they were detected, and they all activate. Everyone just starts waking up. And in Bastion's hometown, it's it's really funny. His entire hometown is now Sentinels, all of them. They just all turn around and they're just coming at the X-Men. Beast's girlfriend ends up being a Sentinel. She's attacking them at the mansion. Nightcrawler's helping a bunch of people escape. Sunspot and Jubilee have to fight the Butler. The Butler goes crazy at them. They have to fight everyone. It's crazy. All the humans start turning into Sentinels. I don't even think a lot of them knew that they were Sentinels, right? So it's quite the situation going on here. The Sentinel hybrids start talking like the Borg, like, resistance is futile. They're like, why even resist? Wolverine's like, I got 6 reasons. And a great moment too. Nightcrawler grabs 2 of his swords in his hand and 1 in his tail. He's like, no, 9. And there's an awesome fight there. They are chopping guys up with their claws, teleporting people through things. Fantastic. I really like the fight scenes in this. And there's a lot of them. Jubilee and Sunspot are fighting some Sentinels too. Sunspot's pretty powerful. When you see his powers go and he turns all like sunspotty dark and like shoots beams out of his hands like Booster Gold style. Really like his character. He's a lot of fun and strong. The whole Summers family is in the Blackbird when it goes down. They shoot out in Cyborg's Porsche. It's really good. And Jean Grey is driving. She takes the wheel with her telepathy. And then you got Cable and you got Cyborg blasting a tunnel through a mountain. Cable shooting his gun at the back. They're like, let's show them what the Summers family's made of. It was wicked. Loved it. Just a great scene. Lots of action. A lot of fun. Really, like, they made like a poster scene at one part. It was great. What's really funny though is after that we go back to Jubilee and Sunspot. He goes back to his mom. They're actually having a fundraiser to help Genosha, and he says, "Mom, these Sentinels are trying to kill us." 2 of them come in, and she's like, "No, the Sentinels are just going to help you," because the Sentinels lie and say, "Oh, we don't kill mutants, we save them." Then they collar them and take Jubilee and Sunspot out. What? So I don't like that because I like both of them. So now in a tremendous twist of horrible events, mutants are now outnumbered by Sentinels around the world, and they are in a lot of trouble. I don't know how things are going to get better for them. Probably not quickly. One way that it might get better, we cut away to Val Cooper, and we find out that she has released Magneto. And Bastion's not happy about that. He's given her a speech about, he was born evil or whatever. And she just keeps saying, like, we were trying to integrate and be friends. And when she said about Genosha, when there was a big, crazy tragedy, nobody was surprised, right? Some people felt bad. Some people didn't care, but nobody was surprised. So she just said that just goes to show that, there's never going to be harmony. So she lets out Magneto of all people. And he goes all the way to the North Pole and does some kind of, like, EMP burst or something, starts shooting through the entire planet, and these waves go down, and all the Sentinels just like drop. All the human hybrid Sentinels just drop. They're all defeated at once. And she's like, Magneto was right. Wow. So they're going all out for the finale episode. And then we also see that it cuts over to Wolverine, and he says, oh man, he's just declared war on all the humans. Where's Charles when you need him? Shablamo! Then you see his ship crashes down, and it's Xavier, and he gets out like, not too late to help, am I? And then the music starts. It was great. Love this episode. Nice little cliffhanger. I have no idea how they're going to resolve all this in the next episode. Really enjoyed it. Another fantastic episode. It's like I said, it's like the show just got pulled right back from the 90s and started right up again. I'm really enjoying it. I recommend it to anyone who's looking for some 90s nostalgic cartoons. The animation's a bit different, but the dialogue is fun, and it's got the same heart as the old show. So recommend it again, and I love this episode, and I'll be back again next week. Thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate that if you listen this far, and please like and subscribe, and everyone, stay out of trouble.